Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of A Gardener's Journey Homestead. I'm Barbara. So glad that you stopped by my channel today. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm in Tennessee. I'm in Zone 7A. And if you're new here, on this channel we talk about everything related to homesteading, farming, gardening, cooking from scratch, in the kitchen, out in the yard. We do it all. And so I'm really glad that you're here, and I hope that you'll stick around, because today I'm going to be talking about something that I've never done before. It's going to be the first time, and I'm going to take you on the journey with me. So for those who have been following me, you know that I've had a couple of dilemmas as of late. I've been out of space, I've been out of soil, I've been out of pots, been out of a lot of stuff, right? But also I talked about my potatoes have not yet made it in the ground. I had this plan. Oh, the wind's blowing. I had this plan to plant my potatoes in the ground this year instead of in a raised bed, and that hadn't quite worked out. And so I still have these potatoes that I bought that are still not planted. Well, one of the viewers gave me a suggestion to try a grow bag. Now, I've never tried grow bags before, but I'm going to try it today. And I've been hesitant and resistant to grow bags. And for those who watch me, you know I'm really into aesthetics. Like, I love the way things look, and I like for things to look nice and neat. And I just don't like the way grow bags look. If I'm being honest, I don't like the way they look, right? But I'm gonna have to get over myself if I want these potatoes and I want some food, right? So I bought some grow bags, and surprisingly, they were not as expensive as I thought they were gonna be. So I bought 10-gallon grow bags. They came 5 in a pack. I bought them from Amazon, and they were like 20 bucks, right? Between $17 and $20. So let me show you. And I had no concept of what a 10-gallon would be. I just did whatever one of you viewers put it on my comments. And so you told me to get 10 gallons, so that's what I got. But they had 15 gallons, they had 20 gallons. So it's not nearly as big as I thought. It does have handles. It says it's sturdy. I guess it's like some kind of felt or something, but it's supposed to be permeable, breathable, all the stuff. I imagine that growing in grow bags, like, the soil will dry out, is what I would imagine, just because it's kind of like container gardening. But we're gonna see. So I have 5. I guess I need to look up and see how many potatoes I can put in a 10-gallon bag. And I even thought, well, let's just see how this goes. Maybe I can plant some of my onions in there too. So let me get prepped and ready to go and put some soil in here. And y'all, we're going to try something new. We're going to put some potatoes in some grow bags. That's what we're going to do. Now, I'm sure many of you have already tried grow bags. As I was doing a couple of, I looked at a couple of videos on In My Gardener's page where he talked about grow bags. And I didn't watch his video in totality. I just read the comments, and they were raving about the grow bags, like raving. And I'm like, well, let me be down. Let me be part of the cool kids club. So that's what we're going to do today. Y'all can see behind me, it is like a nursery. It is like a nursery, because what? I'm out of space. So let me get prepped and ready to go, and I'll show you what we're doing. Okay, y'all, I filled it up with soil. The diameter is not as big as I imagined, but when I looked it up, it said I got a range between 5 to 7, about 8 inches apart. So, and it said like 6 to 8 inches down in the soil. So we're gonna try it and see if it works. Obviously, I won't get a lot of potatoes, but I guess something is better than nothing, right? So I think that's 6. The only thing about this, it does take a lot of soil. Yeah, takes a lot of soil. I gotta add some more soil in that one, but I'm running low on soil. But I do have I'm running low on soil, but I do have an empty bed. I ended up taking my carrots out. They weren't doing anything, y'all. They were like this small. And yesterday I just came out here and I was like, I looked at one and I just pulled them all up and just got rid of them. There was nothing there. So we'll try carrots again next fall. I did have one good harvest of carrots this season. Just that one didn't do anything. And I know for a fact I didn't thin them out quick enough. And so they really need to be thinned out. So they were too close and the roots were not growing. Well, so I know that that's one thing. And then the other thing is I got to get what fertilizer. Somebody told me I needed more nitrogen. Then somebody else told me I needed more potassium and phosphorus. So I don't know. I got to do some more research. But if you're a great carrot grower, leave me some tips down there. The other thing I'm going to do in the fall is I'm going to buy pelleted carrot seeds and not the regular carrot seeds. So at least I can sow more efficiently and not broadcast. So that'll be less thinning out I'll have to do. So I am going to do that. But I yanked those carrots up. So I do have that bed empty that I could actually put potatoes in. So I could have this grow bag here. I got to buy some more. So I have a little bit left, but I don't want to fill up that second grow bag with that. I think I'm just going to try the one grow bag and let's just see what happens. And then I'll use the rest of the bed to do the rest of the potatoes. Okay, y'all, we're going to plant the potatoes in the raised bed, the raised bed that I cleared out that had the carrots in, and we're going to go ahead and plant that. It's like 3 or 4 days later from the time I started this video. Y'all know, life be lifing. It just happens. But before we plant the potatoes, I want to turn the camera around and show you something really, really special. Y'all look, my snapdragons bloomed. Oh, what a nice surprise when I came in the tunnel today. They were budding and I knew they were going to be blooming soon, but it was a pleasant surprise that I hadn't been out here in about 48 hours. And in that time frame, they bloomed. Do y'all see that? Oh, they're so beautiful. So very beautiful. So this was my first time overwintering snapdragons. I did snapdragons last summer I did it from seed. And I did have a couple pop up that were really, really pretty. But I had heard that you could overwinter them. So I actually bought these starts. I didn't start these. I bought these starts and probably put them in the ground. I don't know, maybe, I don't remember the video. Maybe September, October-ish, or whatever. And so they overwintered. And so they were fine. They stayed green throughout the whole winter, throughout all the frost, all the cold that we've had. And then I started to see them starting to bud and to bloom. And now they're not fully, but they're on their way. They're starting to bloom. And it's so pretty. What a nice surprise. I love flowers. So when I walked in the tunnel, it just made my heart so happy. So I already know on next year's season, I will be overwintering more snapdragons. I will probably do like a whole raised bed full of them so that I can just have them. And I can make some floral arrangements to put in my house. So I'm excited about that. I did 4 that I bought from a local nursery and overwintered them. I just wanted to see if it would work, if they would withstand, and if they would start blooming again. And they did. It worked. So I'm really excited about that. And so now I can experiment with some different colors. Snapdragons come in all pretty colors. They're tall flowers. You can do a nice bouquet in them, but that makes me happy. Now let's get to the order of the day, which is finally, let's put some potatoes in the raised bed. So I've just dug a trench, and because the potatoes are small, I'm just going to plant them whole. So I'm just going to plant them with the eye up the same way that I did it before. I have amended this bed, so we're going to plant these deep down in here with the eye up. Probably, I don't know, every 24 inches or so. And then we'll water them in. y'all, I got it done. Finally. It did not go as planned. It's not picture perfect, but I got it done. I do want to correct something I said on the spacing. I said that I was going to be spacing my tomatoes 24 inches apart. And you do not have to have that much spacing. That's just something I tried in a couple of the rows because last year my potatoes were small. And I don't know if it was small because I didn't do it right or if it's because I had them too close. But you can space them closer. But when I read, it said if you want them, you know, bigger, try 24 inches apart. So that's what I did on a lot of the rows. I think on 2 of the rows. And then on the last 2 rows, I tended to go a little bit smaller. If y'all hear me sounding funny, I think it's my allergies. I don't know what it is, but got me all up here. So I don't feel 100% the best. So that's all I'm going to do today. That's it. Do I have tons of other stuff to do? I do. And I'm sure you do too. These potatoes really got me because I had in my mind that I really wanted to try them in the ground. In my mind, I was gonna have my husband do this long trench outside, you know, 100 foot, you know, put the potatoes in there, cover with hay, and just when it's time to harvest, we just pull up the hay and I was gonna have all these potatoes. That's what was vision in my head because when I tried it last year in the raised bed, I got some, but it just wasn't a lot. And it could be because one raised bed won't produce a lot. It could be because I didn't do it right. It's my first time. I don't know. So we'll see if we start to see any green sprig up from these. It's much later. It's like a month later than what I did last year. But a lot of you told me that it wasn't too late, that I could go ahead and still do it. So we tried it. Okay, we tried it. So I'm interested to see how the grow bag does. My first time using a grow bag. It is definitely convenient, and especially if you don't have a lot of space and you want to do container gardening. Obviously, you can pick them up and move them wherever you want. The one thing I just don't like is that it takes up a lot of soil. Now, compared to a raised bed, it's relative, right? So if you don't have a raised bed and that's a great option for you, then absolutely. But for me, when soil is a commodity and I need so much of it, I don't like the fact that it took up a whole lot. So that's why I only did 1 bag, because I don't have a lot of soil right now. But I'm trying to grow back for the first time, and I got my potatoes in the ground, not the way that I wanted to, but at least I got them in the raised bed. We'll see what happens, and we'll just keep learning. It's all part of the journey. So I just want to encourage you, if things are not going as planned, if you're behind like me, if your to-do list is yay long and your time is yay short, be encouraged, okay? Be encouraged. And like today, I don't feel the best, but I came out here to water because the stuff desperately needed water. I decided to go ahead and do that while I was at it, but I'm about to go back in the house, get me some water, and rest for the rest of the day. Even though it's bright and sunshiny, it's beautiful outside, and I have plenty of stuff to do. My body tells me not today. So sometimes you have to listen to, well, all the time you should listen to your body. So thank you guys for going with me on this episode today. It's a little mismatched. It's like days in between, but at the end of the day, the potatoes are in the soil. So we're gonna pray that God will send the harvest, and we can always buy some potatoes from a local farmer if we find them, and we can always try again next year. But remember, this is a journey. Let's grow together. I'll see you next time, friend.